All right, so here's the deal with Ripple XRP lately, and buckle up because it's been a bumpy ride. Ripple just got hit with some bad news from the courts. A U.S. judge, Annalisa Torres, decided not to approve a $50 million settlement deal with Ripple that had worked out with the SEC. Instead, she upheld the original $125 million penalty, plus reinforced an injunction that basically tells Ripple, hey, don't mess around with securities laws again. And more on this in just a moment. BTCC is a crypto exchange that has been around for 13 years. You have no VPN or KYC needed to get started. You get access to over 300 different cryptocurrencies, leverage up to 500x. Plus, there's bonuses such as the 10% deposit bonus when you sign up using a referral link, such as the one that I have in the description down below. And also, you can get bonuses all the way up to $10,055. So if you want to look into this more, or if you're ready to get started, you can find that link down in the description below. All right, so with the judge's ruling, that alone already caused a lot of uncertainty. In the world of crypto, uncertainty is like poison. Within hours, XRP dropped by about 1.3% and dipped to around $2.38. Right now, we're seeing it sitting a little bit lower. And so keep in mind, this drop isn't huge in the grand scheme of crypto. Bitcoin and Ethereum actually went up a bit on the same day, Friday, reclaiming some nice psychological levels. Bitcoin at $104,400 and Ethereum at $2,590. But Ripple, it's feeling the pressure big time. What's more telling than just the price, though, is how the derivatives market is reacting. And that's where it gets pretty intense. Traders have been pulling their money out of XRP positions like it's on fire. We're talking $160 million in open interest gone within a day. That's a 6% drop in capital being held in XRP futures. People aren't just hesitating, they're actively de-risking. Basically, what that means is a bunch of traders who were betting on XRP to go up, leverage long positions, decided it wasn't worth the risk anymore. Binance and OKX, two of the biggest exchanges, showed long to short ratios shrinking, which is just a fancy way of saying people aren't as confident as they were before. And even more telling, out of over $11 million in liquidated positions in the last 24 hours, 92% were longs. That's people who thought XRP would rise and then watched their positions get wiped out when it didn't. Ouch. The options market, which is mostly dominated by bigger, more sophisticated investors, also showed signs of bailing out. While the total trading volume for XRP options ticked up a bit by 4.6%, the open interest dropped by a massive 59%, landing at just over $500,000. That's a huge outflow. It basically shows the big players don't want to stick around for what could be a long, messy court process. Now, here's the big question everyone's asking. Can XRP bounce back in May 2025? And honestly, it's hard to say. This whole SEC versus Ripple case has dragged on for years now, and this recent decision suggests it's not ending anytime soon. Ripple's planning to appeal, but appeals take time, and the longer this drags out, the more hesitant both traders and new investors will be. Also, there's the psychological barrier of the $3 price point. Before, some traders were hoping XRP could break out past that, but now the odds are leaning more toward consolidation, meaning it might just float sideways for a while, not gaining much ground. Even when the broader crypto market is doing well, XRP has been kind of lagging. Just on Friday, XRP's value compared to Bitcoin fell behind by 5.3%, which isn't a great sign. If altcoins start to pump again and XRP doesn't join the party, that could shake more confidence in the short term. All this has traders on edge, and honestly, it makes sense. No one wants to risk their capital when there's a big legal shadow hanging over a project, especially when it's tied to how it's classified as a security, which affects its entire business model. But here's a small silver lining. Ripple isn't dead. It's still trading at over $2. That's a far cry from the sub $1 days not long ago. The company still has a strong global presence. XRP remains a top asset in terms of market cap. The underlying tech hasn't changed. It's still fast and cost efficient, which is why it's been used in cross border payments and institutional transfers. If Ripple manages to get a more favorable outcome on appeal, or if broader crypto sentiment improves, especially with Bitcoin possibly leading a bull run, XRP could definitely see some recovery. But right now, the vibe is all about caution. So, yeah, Ripple fans are in a weird spot. The fundamentals aren't terrible, but the legal pressure is pushing people away. Until that clears up, we might just see XRP hanging out under $3, waiting for something big to change the narrative. Moral of the story: if you're holding XRP, keep your eyes on the court updates and market reactions, and maybe don't go all in just yet. Let me know what you guys think about this. Share your thoughts with us down in the comments below. Again, you can find that link to BTCC in the description below. And also, I'm over on Blue Sky. We're just 4 followers away from hitting 40. If you'd like to show your support, if you want to drop a follow, I'm at Crypto Atlas. Again, that link is also in the description down below. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate my Patreon supporters and my YouTube members. God bless. We'll see you in the next episode.